Okay, hi, welcome to another Yu-Gi-Oh deck profile. So this is going to be for my second place locals Train OTK deck. Yes, this was really fun. It was a really fun tournament going against like, a lot of different kinds of decks, went against stuff like was it Noble Knights and Tree Dracos and just a few variation of things. And I'm doing this from a new map which I won from the Rising Rampage sneak peek. So to get straight into it. So for the monsters, for level 10s, we have the 3 Night Express Knight. One of the main starters for the combos and everything. You just gnaw summon him out and then just have other stuff go off. Because of him, he's like one of the more important aspects of the deck. 3 Derricrane, which is my favourite card. It's the most important part, I'd say, for trains. You know, just summoning it free when you already summon out a train and then you just detach it in material and then pop a card on the field. It's always really good. 3 Super Express Bullet Train. Very easy summon when you only have Earth Machines on the field. Can't really complain too much about that. Just very easy special summon and then it gets search in the end phase if needs be. So I just kind of moved down a little bit so it's easier to work this. And that's it for the level 10 trains. For level 4s we've got 3 Flying Pegasus Railroad Stampede. Just very, very good. Obviously just recycle back one of your trains and then just make it level 10 to go into your Exodius place. And you can just push through for it. 2 Ruffian Railcar. I only have 2 because I just felt as though the 3 would be running a risk of being a clog, but it's very good for your target for urgent schedule. And just, you know, again, it's a good search in the end phase if needs be. So that does it for the trains. And then for the additional monsters, I run 3 Cyber Dragons because I don't run a Shadol variant in this deck. I basically just go for like this and then just go Contact Fusion into Chimeratech Megafleet and then just go out from there. But it's just very useful for like going first and everything. I never really needed him much, but the times I did, it actually helped out quite a bit. And the last monster I have is the one Exodius, the Ultimate Forbidden Lord. I did run 3 originally, but there was too many instances where I just drew too many of them. So just the one I find is good enough. And it's a good level 10 for that sake. And then when it comes to stuff like there can only be one, it's also good to have an extra bit of like body for defense. Because I did have to deal with that when I was playing against the Guru Control deck, which was actually not that bad. Actually, I was able to push through game for that. But that's it for the monsters. Then for spells, obviously the 3 schedule, just the key, you know, that gets you the victories in the deck. Just summon out 2 trains from your deck and then just span things out like crazy. Then 3 Revolving Switchyard, again, just the main combo extender. You just pick your card to search out one of your trains and then just go on from there. 2 Special Schedule, I was able to use this to win me 1 game against the Noble Knight player because he was pretty forceful as well. And then I just had this for the defensive of getting one of my trains out from the graveyard to protect myself for another turn. But aside from that, I never really had to use it. And then for additional stuff, we've got 2 Limiter Removal. This is the thing that helps push the game when you just double your machine's attack and then just, you know, go over anything. 2 Instant Fusion, just to summon out 1 monster and then it gets rid of problematic cards, which I'll explain which one it is in a second. And then for extras, I have 3 Call by the Grave. I never really had to use this, but this was good just in case I had to deal with like an Ash Blossom against my urgent schedule or something. But, you know, it's a good easy siding target if my opponent didn't have anything like that. And then for draw power, we run 3 Desires because you run basically 3 of everything, so it's pretty easy to just, you know, banish cards that aren't as important and just get the stuff you need to. And then finally, 2 Iron Draw, which for those who don't know, this is essentially a pot of greed for machine decks. You need to control 2 of them on the field and then you get to draw 2, but then you get special summon 1 time. But essentially in this deck, it doesn't really matter because you already get the cards that you need to by then. So the 1 special summon would be into your main big cannon, which we'll get to in a second. And then I do run a couple of traps. I've got the 1 Barrage Blast, which did help me win against the Guru Control. Just you detach any number of materials from an Exodius machine you control and then destroy that many cards on the field. And then if a machine Exodius on your field is destroyed by a battle or card effect, you can banish this along with the machine to burn your opponent for 200 times the rank. So you banish this along with the Super Rail Cannon Gustuv Max, so that's 2k to the face. But yeah, just very useful in that regard. And then obviously the 1 Skill Drain, because if you're able to pull this off at the right time, then you can use it to block out your opponent and have big beat stick monsters. Never did, but it's there just in case. So that does it for the main deck. For the side deck, I've got just basically a play set of everything that we need. 3 Sphere Mode. I know you can't attack over this, so you can't OTK in the turn, but it does get rid of big boards and stuff. I was able to use this once against the Noble Knights, and aside from that, I didn't really need it for anything else. Spoilers. 3 Hanewata. I still have this just in case Trick Stars ever come up. They pretty much never do, but it's always worth having this just in case. You could easily run like an evening match or something if you wanted to have some kind of means of protection or like a hand trap or something. And then this is a spicy tech card which I like to use, Hey Trunade, which is basically you return all set spell and track cards on the field to the hand, so any face-down card your opponent has had to be forced out. And again, I was able to use this to block out some plays, mainly against the Guru control again. 3 Red Reboot, this is very useful. You don't really mind paying half the life points for it, and I was able to use this against the Solemn Judgment, so that really helped to win the game for me. And then this is basically the 3rd Impertinence, but it would be 3 Impertinence otherwise, just as a means of stopping plays. Because it is just very good hand trap, and there's the reason why it's still about 20 quid at the minute. Yeah, I never had to use this, I never did. It's kind of just, I had it just as a spare thing because I was going against like a really graveyard heavy deck, but I never did, so there we have it. And that's it for the sideboard. And then for the extra deck, the 1000 Ice Strict, which is for the instant fusion target, just like one monster, and then just go out from there. And then the 2 Chimeratech Megafleet Dragons for your Cyber Dragon combos, just contact fusing with the extra deck slot. And it's also good for just going to Xyz plays, speaking of which. 2 Railcar Gustuv Max, burn 2k, and then if you detach the Derricrane, you get to pop a card. 2 Railcar Super Dora, it's good means for protection if you're going first. Sky Palace Gangardine, most people don't really remember this one too much, but it's good because if you have like 2 Derricranes attached to this, and then you can detach 1, you basically get rid of 2 cards on the field. And then your 2 Juggernaut Liebe just to push for game, because it is just an absolute gigantic beater. And then I do run the 1 Abyss Dweller. I never went into this, but it's good to have it just in case you're getting against graveyard decks. And then you have the Ruffian Railcar and the Railroad Stampede, just in case you needed to just stop them out. And then for links, Link Karibo, which you use for your by the whatchamacallit, the 1000 Ice Restrict, and then you just have the deck slot open. 1 double-handed Angular Knuckle, just a good thing for trains in general. Again, never had to use this because I do have another which I prefer, which is called Genius. Just use the urgent schedule, summon out another machine, summon this out, and then just negate one of your card effects that's already negated and one of your opponent's things, and then just that helps out with stopping it. And then the 1 Mrs. Radiant, just in case we needed the extra boost. Again, never had to pull this out, but it's good for the means of that. And again, if there can only be 1 on the board, then this can help out with bypassing it. But yeah, that is essentially it. That is everything for my Train OTK deck. So very fun deck and very easy to win with sometimes, and I really just enjoy playing it. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you next time for whatever I do next. So long, take care.